What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another one. Right now we're actually stuck in a train. It's springtime, as you guys know. The sun's out, it's time to fish. So that being said, if you watched the last video, we concentrated a lot on hard-based sand, a lot of grass, a lot of structure, a lot of bait. So today we're going to be kind of doing the same thing. We're going to change it up a little bit. So we're going to be going towards some shell, maybe some reefs, maybe some mud. We're going to try not to get too muddy today. We've got high pressure, the sun's out. We're going to be throwing some suspended baits. We're going to be throwing some soft plastics, maybe some top waters. It'll be good. Today we're going to get some sun for the first time in a while. It's been really windy, which is obviously another thing that happens during spring. So today we got like a almost straight east wind from what they're saying, which is a little bit different. So I'm sure it's probably going to turn around to the south and southeast and start blowing pretty good. I think it's supposed to get up to like 12 miles an hour, which actually means 47 in South Texas. So anyways, you guys stay tuned. We'll see you out there on the water. For those of you guys who are super observant, who are doing one of those right now, yes, this is not my boat. My boat is at the house in the barn. She's put up. Right now I'm running my buddy Larry's boat. He's working out of town. He hadn't been able to run his boat in a little while, so he asked if I would be kind enough to run his boat. I told him as long as it's okay that I put it online, because we are going to be fishing today. So anyways, thank you, Larry, for allowing us to use your boat. All right, let's hit it. So I know we said we were going to focus on some reefs and stuff today, but I think right now we're just going to stay up towards the front in the sand. We're actually waiting on Jerry. My buddy Jerry's going to meet us at the boat ramp here in just a little while, so figured I'd stay up close and wait for him to get here before we go all the way back there. So basically what I've got right now is a big sand flat. There's quite a bit of bait working right up here. We're throwing soft plastics, and we're just going to be kind of dragging this bait, bumping this bait along the bottom here. The water's pretty discolored, so I've got something with some good contrast on it. But there's quite a bit of bait working up here. And I think there's even a pipeline right here. Anyways, there's a sign that says it anyways. I hadn't really spent too much time in this area. I did some last summer whenever we had some bait, but I haven't thrown artificials in here, so we'll see how it goes. I want to say there's a pipeline. There used to be a bunch of scattered grass, but right now, after this freeze, our grass in a lot of these, especially sandy areas where it gets super cold, I'm pretty sure a lot of our grass got wiped out. So that's very unfortunate, but I am glad to see that there's quite a bit of bait working right here. So let's just throw this for a little bit. Like I said, we'll stick around here for a little while until Jerry gets to the boat ramp. I don't want to venture too far, and we'll see what happens. There's a bite right there. Oh, that's cool. This fish is actually coming up towards the surface, and it's actually throwing a bunch of shad and little smaller bait up with it. First fish of the day. Not too shabby. Probably, I don't know, 14, 15 inches. So let's talk about this limit change real quick. So where I'm fishing, I'm north of the JFK Causeway. Hopefully you guys can still see. There you go. Very good. Okay, so I am north of the JFK Causeway right now. So as of a couple days ago, the trout limit has been changed from 5 to 3. Again, this is south of the JFK Causeway, Lower Laguna. The trout limit has changed from 5 to 3, and the size limit has changed from 15 to 25, and they've moved it to 17 to 23, but I believe you can still keep one fish over 25. We're not gonna keep any fish, so it really doesn't matter, but I feel like that's just something that we'll probably address here this summer, because during the summertime I will move down south with fishing and clients and stuff like that. Hopefully I can bring you guys along for some of that stuff. There's another fish right there. That's 2 casts in a row now. Very healthy trout. Pretty good one there. There you go. All right, settle down. So, again, they're moving the limits a little bit, which is good. It'll be good for this freeze. It'll be good to get the population back up. They say it's gonna last a few months or so. That one probably would have kept, you know, that's probably 17. Here in this bay system, it would definitely keep. We're still at 15. Oh, there you go. We're still at 15 inches over here, 15 to 25. But again, we're not gonna keep anything for a while. Not until, for at least a few months anyways. I figured we'd give it till summertime before we actually started keeping some fish, whenever I start booking a bunch of clients and stuff. Right now, everybody's pretty understanding with what's going on. So anyways, let's see if we can catch a few more fish. Oh, that might be a good one there. I missed the hook set on camera, of course, but this might be a nice fish. You guys can probably see that big old slick up here in front of us. I just had one on a second ago, and messing with the camera, pulled off, of course, and everything else. This actually might be a good fish here, boys. Oh yeah, solid trout. Solid trout. Look at this. That's what springtime's all about. This fish is healthy. Oh yeah, feisty too. Oh. Like that. Try not to get your fingers up in their gills. Just grab them right here behind this fin. They usually have a decent grip on them. But she definitely ate that one pretty good. You know, I thought we were gonna have a slow morning just due to the fact that we had a pretty full moon last night. But this right here, pretty healthy fish there, boys. Go ahead and let her go. We're going. Heck yeah, we'll take it. So for anybody who is wondering, we are throwing an 1/8 ounce hoagie jig head. This is actually the short shank. I've been throwing the short shank for a while, and it works very well. And I actually just picked up some of these new Kelly Wigglers, the Willowtail. I say new, they're new to me. I've always enjoyed throwing paddle tails. I've always enjoyed throwing, say like a Gambler or something that has that long, slow paddle tail. And for what we're doing right here, you can kind of see that I've got a little bit of an aggressive jerk to the bait. And what that does is it allows that tail to go up and flip real hard and then go back down. Go back and flip real hard and then come back down. Because what I'm doing right now, this water's a little bit discolored, and this bait that I'm throwing right now has a whole lot of contrast to it. It's got a white tail, black back, and purple belly with some blue flake in it. Really, really attractive bait for something that's in this color of water. I might have to adjust a few things here. I'm still new to this whole camera stuff, guys, so bear with me. If the sound's not great, if everything's kind of boring, let me know. You guys gotta let me know down in the comments what you like, what you don't like about this stuff, what I need to do, what I don't need to do. I got a lot of criticism on the last video from a few people. A lot of people liked it, which is great. Some people were saying I was kind of boring. Some people were saying that they needed to have more information on it. So I'm gonna try and do a little bit more talking on this one. I do have something really cool planned. I think you guys are gonna like it. I haven't seen it on really any other channels. So, but it's up to you guys to let me know down in the comments what you wanna see, what you don't wanna see. So we're gonna mosey on over to the boat ramp and we'll see you guys in a minute. I know most of you guys are only here to hear that motor start. It is pretty sweet though. So I came and picked Jerry up, and
third cast of the morning.
Third cast of the morning. We don't know what he's got on here. It's got to be a big stingray or something. I mean, my God. We literally cannot get it to budge. We're gonna grab a net. I'm pretty sure this has got to be a stingray. It's got to be a stinger. It's definitely a bottom dwelling fish. Oh yeah. Oh my God. Watch that stinger. Woo.
Yeah.
All right.
Related.
New pliers?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Here, let's just plop him up here real quick. There we go. That'll work. I'm gonna put him over here. That way he doesn't just go and lay down right here where we're at and mess one of us up. Not sure what the recommended release method for a stingray is, but I just know to stay away from that thing right there. Check that out. That's what'll get you. That barb. A lot of people cut them off and then let them go, but it'll be nice today. Go ahead and let him get out of here. Here you go. Alright, here we go. So, we're finally back here. We've been messing around up in the grass areas. The water back here on these reefs is pretty dirty. You guys can probably tell. So we're gonna change it up a little bit. Jerry's been throwing a corky for the past 3 hours that we've been fishing. Change it up to soft plastic, throwing a plum chartreuse. Get a little bit better color contrast in this water so you guys can see that. Water's still super dirty, but it's probably gonna be our last stop. We pretty much got whooped the rest of the afternoon. A lot of bait, but the well, and that. There's been a lot of bait in the water, but hadn't really been producing too many bites. I won't blame it on the moon or anything like that, but we did come out here a little bit later just because the moon was full. We've had high pressure all day, so the thought was here to kind of get the midday bite, but as you guys saw earlier, the morning bite was actually pretty decent. So we're gonna wade this out. We've got a reef here that we're standing on top of. We'll fish the backside of it, and then we'll probably head on back to the house. All right, so that pretty much wraps up that. It's as you can tell, the water's pretty dirty. We're gonna head back north, see if we might be able to make a stop on the way in. We're kind of on a time constraint right now, but the reefs didn't quite work out for us today. We caught more fish up towards the front of the bay where the grass and everything's at, but the wind pretty much got us today. So alright guys, that was pretty rough. So if you guys learned anything about today, learn this lesson. I didn't do it on purpose. I'll tell you that right now. I didn't do it on purpose. I really wanted to put you guys on some reefs today and find some of these fish that have been hanging on these reefs. But the lesson learned is don't leave fish to go find fish, especially if the wind does not work out in your favor. So we were on some grass and we were on some sand, and that was what we were doing this morning, and we were catching fish, as you guys saw. I went and picked Jerry up. We went back to that spot for maybe 5 minutes, but I had in mind that I wanted to go out and fish on these reefs. So the reefs were very obviously blown out. It was very dirty. There wasn't much bait, and we were kind of just meandering around, just trying to find something for the footage, and it's not the best thing to do, especially if you're not out here trying to catch anything on video and you're just trying to catch fish. Definitely do not leave fish to go find fish, especially if the water's filthy. So, lesson learned on my part. Hopefully you guys can take something from it. I'm driving home right now. I'm gonna go wash the boat, go hang out with the family, probably go get some dinner. But hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We've got some really cool stuff coming up, so the more of you guys that subscribe, the more chances you have to be involved in some of this stuff. So we'll definitely have some giveaways coming up, and like I said, probably not this video, maybe not the next video, but maybe the one after that. We're going to be doing some really cool things. I'm going to do like a mini series that involves you guys. So you guys stay tuned, be safe out there, and we'll see you next time.